We might as well move right into the future of AI and productivity. Some of the things that we see is coming down the road, both things that we would love to see and also things we may want to keep an eye on. We've been very enthusiastic about this stuff, and we are for sure, but there are some things to keep in mind of. It's very clear that more and more apps are going to be adding AI tools of some sort. I think we all can understand that. And sometime in 2023, GPT-4 is going to be released. So that is going to add a whole other layer. A lot of people are saying it's just going to expand what is possible, like we can't even imagine. So that is something to watch out for. There's some issues. A lot of what we've been talking about all comes from one company called OpenAI. And so anytime you have one company kind of controlling everything, that's something to keep an eye on. And it opens up some issues like privacy, right? What happens with all this data that we're typing into these things, or what happens to all these images that we're uploading? Where are these things going? So that's something to be aware of. A lot has been come up already about intellectual property rights. The way generative AI works is, of course, it has to learn from something. So it's being fed information from the web, being fed images to learn how to create more images. And it's not really clear, do they even have the rights for a lot of these things that they're creating? So this is something to be aware of. You want to keep an eye on that as well. Another thing is bias. Like I said, since AI has to be trained, it responds to the data that you give it. And it doesn't know any better, right? If you're giving it a bunch of racist data, it's going to give you a lot of racist responses and go even more and more, whatever you feed it. And this is an issue that has come up time and time again with AI. As we go into more and more AI generated stuff, is going to be raising more and more issues. So it's something we want to watch for. Things we're hoping for, I know for myself, a lot of what we talked about so far is responding to prompts. You type something in and it gives you something back. But I think the future of AI is for us not to need to do that, for it to know what we want before we even do. Like somebody created this tool called emailtriager.com. And the idea for that is it's watching emails that come in and then automatically creating responses. It puts it in drafts, but automatically creating responses. So you don't have to manually ask it to send emails or create emails, doing it without you asking. And that's the dream for a lot of people, is for it to really not rely on us knowing the right thing to type. How about you, Tan? Is there anything other than what you mentioned already? Is there anything you're looking for AI for 2023 and beyond?
I think we're just scratching the surface of what AI can do for us. I remember back in 2018, Google released this demo where you could see an AI tool calling a hair salon and making an appointment, and sounded very human. So you saw a live call on screen and the lady went, okay, when would you like the appointment? 1 o'clock? And then the bot go, yeah, 1 o'clock sounds fine. It literally sounded like a human. It wasn't like very robotically at all. And that was like 5 years ago. So imagine what's possible now today and also into the future as well. So I think, especially with all the HomePods, Echoes, all these smart devices that we have at home, eventually it's going to embed the technology as well, where we will be able to talk to it and it will actually give us all the answers, kind of like how ChatGPT is doing it for us now. So instead of giving us a bunch of links or like a summary of certain things, it can actually talk to us in a way that is almost human-like. And moving forward, things will be just a lot more efficient. Like we're seeing the bare minimum of it now, like you and I are using it in some ways within how we do things right now at AE. But I think once people start to learn how to use it, and there's all these tools being created and companies building on top of this, that within the next few years, I think everyone will be using AI tools, whether they realize it or not. And I think that's really exciting as well.